Let's do a quick chit chat talk because, to be honest with you, y'all, I've been going through it, and I've been going through it since I turned 30, and I feel like I have to remind myself that it's not happening to me; it's happening for me, and this is something that I tell my clients all the time. So I gotta remember that it's a safe place. I trust my ancestors. I trust the Creator. I trust my spirit team, and we're gonna be just fine. So yeah, I've been wanting to do this chit chat life update for a very long time now, but I was recently talking to a friend who has been going through very similar things like I have been, and she had mentioned how she just doesn't talk about what she's going through and how she's just accepting it, just trying to make comfort out of what's been going on and trying to make comfort for herself and everyone around her, right? And I remember I responded back explaining to her, like, yo, I feel the exact same way. I just find myself not speaking to people about the things that I'm going through, especially when it comes to my mom too, because it just gives me anxiety to talk about it in a sense, and I just don't want to feel like that anymore. And I find that when I speak with God, my spirit team, like just on a spiritual sense, I feel hope. When I talk to others about what's going on, I start to feel an anxiety. I start to feel like there isn't hope. So that's why I kind of just start talking to people. My friends, people around me, I kind of just been, I wouldn't say I get in my head because I don't even get in my head anymore. And when I mean, like I said, I haven't been talking to people, I just have been speaking more out loud to the universe than speaking to other people. And I find myself doing that first. And like I said, feeling this sense of hope where then I no longer go talking to the other people where I normally would run to my friends and ask for advice. And now I'm just at a point where I'm not even asking for advice. I'm just talking out loud. And whoever is listening, they're listening. But like I said, I can feel like someone's listening, and then I can feel a sense of hopeless. Like, okay, Alex, reminder, it's not happening to you, it's for you. Bigger and better things are gonna happen. After I turned 30, a week later, my grandma passed away. And that's been a transition that I'm still trying to transition or accept, actually, because it's already happened. I'm just trying to accept it. And it's been a lot where I'm like, I have to remind myself to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and to remind myself that it is going to be okay, even when I feel like it isn't going to be okay. So, that's something that I've been really doing and working on. So if any of my friends are watching this and you've been wondering why I haven't been necessarily communicating about certain things, I'm just trying to find a transition in my life where I no longer speak about the past, and I'm more present, and I'm more accepting of what happened and how I can get better or how I can learn from it. But I'm a Cancer, Mars, and Rising, so I'm really, really, really trying not to get to that element where I'm constantly speaking about the past. And maybe that's why I get anxiety when I speak to others about what's been going on, because it already happened. It's in the past. So the more I talk about it, the more I find myself feeling like it's not going to be okay. Versus when I talk out loud to God, spirit team, whoever's listening, it's more of a sense of hopeness. It's more like they're reminding me, yeah, you can feel that way, but it's not going to be forever. It's temporary. You're not always going to feel this way. And sometimes when I talk to others, it feels like I'm always going to feel like this. And that's when my mental health starts to get tricked and stuff. My brain will get tricked. So yeah, that's the life update. I haven't really been speaking like I have, nor have I really been wanting to. And I don't know if it's because I did my Saturn return, I turned 30, and I no longer really care about certain things like I used to. I do find myself being more protected about my peace and my boundaries. I do find myself setting more boundaries than I ever have in my life. And I think that's kind of been one of the hardest things for me, because I'm not somebody, sad to say, I wasn't somebody who did set those boundaries with people. So now that I am setting boundaries, now that I see that I don't really have as much as people saw like I used to, it is bittersweet. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, everyone done left, but it's also like, damn, you've grown so much, you've elevated. And I apologize for the background noise. There's a business in front of us. But, you know, I've elevated so much, I've done so much, that it should be expected that certain people aren't going to be around. I shouldn't feel lonely, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I am alone because I choose to be alone. You know? Another thing that I've been working on is saying that I'm going by myself, or I'm going places alone. I will say now, I'm going with myself. I'm not going by myself. I'm going with myself. So that's been the new thing that I've been changing about the way I speak. Just giving myself more light and gratitude, because, like I said, I'm not alone. I do have somebody, and that's myself, you know? But damn, they're going in. It's so crazy, because at the times that I'm out here, they're not making out this noise. But the minute that I'm like, all right, let me record a video, they want to do that. So, yeah, no, turning 30 has been a blessing. Of course, you know, anytime that we age, it's a blessing, whether we realize it or not. But I will say, it's been a crazy transition, one that I'm still like, I'm like, as I'm talking, I'm literally like, Alex, it's happening to you. I mean, it's happening for you. It's not just happening to you, it's happening for you. It's a bigger picture that you don't even realize it. They're doing so much for you. And it's like, all right, I have to be patient. I have to trust the journey. I have to trust the trials and tribulations. I have to trust it all. And I can't react, because the minute I react, it's like, what are you reacting for? What are you getting upset for? You already know you don't have control over this life. You already know you don't have control much. You only have control over the way you react and the way you have your emotions, you know what I mean? Other than that, you don't really have control of anything else. So it's like, before I even started recording this video, I was feeling a sense of, for a second I was feeling lost. And that's when I was like, go outside, get some fresh air. I was gonna go touch some grass in front of me, but, well, I did. I didn't get to record. I didn't like the angle and stuff, so I came back over here. But yeah, no, I was feeling lost. And it's very easy for your brain to just make you feel like you haven't accomplished nothing, or you haven't really been doing nothing. And even though I didn't get some things done this month that I wanted to, I had to remember everything else that I did get done. I had to remember that I can't be so hard on myself, that I'm doing the best I can. You're doing the best you can. If you're watching this, listening to this, you're doing the best you can. And that's a reminder that you need to tell yourself, because you can easily feel like you're not doing nothing. And I've mentioned plenty of times that I am my biggest critic. I am my biggest critic. Can't nobody say anything to hurt me, because I've already said it myself. I've already said 10 times worse. And now I'm just getting to a place where I don't want to be my biggest critic. As much love as I do give myself, I also give myself tough love. We're going to stop with the tough love. I don't need it. I don't want it. It's not my type of love language. So I'm going to stop giving myself that. Even though I was taught tough love, I'm going to unlearn that for myself, my child, and for anybody else around me, because that's not the best version of me. The best version of me doesn't get tough love. You know what I mean? So there's been so many mixed emotions since I've turned 30. Even after my grandma passed away, I'm pretty sure I uploaded my birthday video or vlog around that time, because I was just such in go mode when I heard the news. I didn't want to accept it. And whether we want to accept it or not, it happened, you know? So now that all those things happened, again, I'm putting myself in a mindset. It happened already? Okay. What do you do now? What do you focus on now? I can't fix the past. As much as I would want to. As much as I would like to, I can't fix it. And it's okay. It's okay to not be able to fix certain things. And I have to come to that conclusion, you know? It is okay. Also, it's okay to not be doing anything. Like I said, I've been on go. That I find myself feeling like shit, or feeling like I'm not doing anything with my life when I'm not doing anything. And we are so accustomed to always doing something that it's become unhealthy for us. You know, a lot of us don't even realize how unhealthy it is. We're not even spending time with ourselves. We're not even being present with what's going on with our families, with our friends. We're not being in tune. We're not being in touch. I think we're out of touch, to be honest with you. And that's literally how I was feeling before this video. I was feeling out of touch. I was feeling not at my highest, so that's why I went outside. Why I went to go touch some grass. I felt compelled to speak. And that's when I speak, when I feel compelled. I used to speak about everything. And it was a way to make myself feel better about what I was going through, so I would speak about it. But then I found myself speaking to the wrong people. And it pushed me to a place where it's like, you got to be more mindful of who you share your thoughts, your energy, your peace with, all of that. So now I'm more mindful to where now, in ways also, I'm protecting my friends and family by not giving them the negative energy that I may sometimes have. So I'll transmute it and speak to God and speak to my spirit team and speak to whoever's listening. And I find myself releasing that energy and talking to my higher self, right? I hope I'm making sense, you know? But I find myself doing that. And again, for a while, I used to be in my head and not speak to anybody. But being inside your head did nothing for me. It did absolutely nothing but create scenarios that weren't there, create stuff that wasn't even true to begin with. So I'm not saying this to not speak to somebody. I'm saying this to be mindful who you're speaking to. And genuinely, before you speak to anybody, speak to your higher power. Because initially, they're looking out for you more than some of these people are looking out for you. And it's important to have a connection with your higher power. So, with that being said, sorry, I'm getting distracted by all the noises, so I'm going to end this video off right here. But with that being said, ground yourself. Understand that it's going to be okay. And I know that's such a cliche thing to say, and we hear it all the time, but it truly is going to be okay. You know, time is going to be your best friend. And I've always said that. Because there's been times where I'm like, I'm not going to be okay. And I felt like shit. And I felt like things weren't getting better. And then as time progressed, as I elevated, as I sat with myself and really, really sat with myself and talked to myself about everything, took accountability of some things, right? After doing all that, then you're just like, you come to a point where it's like you become more comfortable with who you are. You don't even consider having flaws, because initially those flaws make you who you are, and no one's perfect. No one's perfect. We're not meant to be in this world to be perfect. So once you understand who you are, why you're here, what's your purpose, and again, that life is happening for you, then you're going to understand that you are going to be okay, no matter what happens. So I hope this message receives you lightly. I hope whoever's listening to this, it touched you. I hope it was a reminder that you are here for a reason. You are loved. You have a purpose. You are strong. You're powerful. You are bold. You are courageous. And I hope you continue to know that. And even the times that you forget, you can always come back to this video, or you can always DM me, or whatever the case is, and I would definitely remind you of your powers and who you are. Love and light to you guys all. Mwah.